Hey guys, what's going on? Tim here. Hey, I'm editing this comedy bit that I just did the other night. And so here's my shot I took at it. I put some extra footage on here. There's a picture. Now, I'm known as Supertrucker Tim, but I had met the godfather of trucking in this area. His name is Denny Edwards, otherwise known as the Flying Irishman, a stuntman and a motorcyclist and a hot rodder. Here's a picture of him. Just met him today. Awesome guy. And told him all about this bit. So he's waiting for this to be edited and released. And so here's the bit, and I hope you guys like it.
Please give it up for Supertrucker Tim.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah.
You guys have a good Meat Eaters Week holiday?
Yes, sir.
Well, this week closed out a very holy and sacred, important week of weeks for me as well. One of the most important weeks of the year, elk season. That's right, guys, I went. And that explains why I've been wearing camouflage so much, you know? And now, it's not unusual to see a trucker wearing camouflage. In fact, we do it so much that it's hard to tell if a trucker is trucking or hunting. And sometimes we're doing both at the same time. I have become a master. I have mastered the art of hanging a rifle out the window and taking a shot at a moving animal from a moving truck.
Hell yeah.
Now that's got to earn me some street cred somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere.
Chicago.
Drive by. So basically, guys, sometimes though I hunt with the truck. Now this one's really good. This one's really good, and I'll tell you why. Because you get an insurance claim, you get the meat, and you're on the clock. It's a triple payout, right? How often does that happen in life, right? Now, so with that being said, now you guys have a general idea. You don't have to always panic when you see blood dripping from the storage area of a trucker's trailer. You know, sometimes he's just stuffed an elk or a deer in there. Other times, it's a genuine I-5 corridor killer who has a body in there. I'm just saying not every time. You know, sometimes, yes, you should genuinely be concerned. But the only person who has the authority to pop open that cabinet and look in there is a scale master. Now, whether you're a murderer trucker or just a regular run-of-the-mill trucker, both of us hate scale masters. Right, so that dude's in trouble regardless. But, you know, trucking in the woods, or I'm sorry, hunting in the woods is kind of sketch as well, guys. Because and here's how you know the difference. A hunter goes into the woods to bring an animal body out. Sometimes you will see guys bringing bodies in. That is a criminal. So you will see guys, and I've run into those kind of guys before. It's usually good to try to avoid those kind of guys. You know, especially if you see one guy like laying down in the woods, he's like, "Hey, I sprained my ankle. Can you help me?" It's not a good idea to go over there, guys. Not at all. So I usually just keep on walking. And, you know, And here's something that's really hard for me. I'm actually hoping you guys don't laugh at this joke, this next joke. It's old man humor, right? Now, I like old guys. They're kind of cool a lot of the times. So I told this guy, this buddy of mine, his name is Old Bob, and this guy sounds exactly like Hank Hill, exactly like him. And I tell him, and he goes, "Who? Oh, I don't know who you're talking about." He's never seen the show. And so we go up in the woods, and we're looking down at this wilderness, and he just pauses and looks out there. I said, "Bob, you okay?" And he says, "I'm just admiring the work of the good Lord's hand." And I'm supposed to not laugh, right? So anyway, he doesn't get it. And I said, "Well, Bob, I'm out here hunting bear." And then here comes the old man joke that I hope you don't laugh at. He says, "Well, you know, I've been hunting bear before too. You get kind of a tickle on the undercarriage from the tall grass." Thank you. Oh, weren't supposed to laugh at that one, guys. No, old Bob's a cool guy. But here's what happens is sometimes an experienced hunter, you'll know another one when we help each other out. We'll team up. Like you'll run into some guys are kind of scary. They're like, "Hey, how about we all team up and you run them out and I'll be waiting down at the bottom of the hill." Now sometimes, yeah, I don't want any part of that. But other times you'll run into these yuppie guys, right? They have the folded creases on their pants and their shirt that still smells like the neoprene from they just took it out of the plastic. And you get these yuppie guys from Cabela's that are looking at a map and saying, "I've been hunting here for 10 years. Dude, why are you looking at a map? You know, I've had that happen, and they tell me, "I'm hunting all of this, all 700 acres. And I said, "Dude, I think there's room for everybody up here." So what ended up happening is I run into this guy. He's trying to push me out, and I actually got an elk, right? And we had some weather come in. It got really cold. So I did the only thing I could is I put the elk hide on, and it was so nice and warm again, right, guys? So I'm warm, and now I had to do the movie quote because I'm going to eat them and I'm wearing his skin. What was the movie quote? "You forgot the lotion. Don't forget the lotion." Thanks a lot, guys. That's my time.
Supertrucker Tim. I love how he was like, "You know, I'm gonna do all my best hunting material at the vegan place. That's gonna go over real well."
So guys, old Bob, you know, as I was talking about old Bob Traeger, that was his name. He says, because I told him I was going bear hunting, and he says, "Well, I've been hunting bear. You get quite a tickle on the undercarriage from the long grass, though," which is pretty funny. But the kind of bear hunting I'm doing, I'm like Chris Hansen. I'm out to catch a predator. You know, nobody really thinks of hunting as a political affair, guys. But I've had left-wing liberals try to run me down to defend the animal. And I've had right-wing conservatives try to run me over to eliminate competition. And people ask why I hate politics. Another one, guys, is just like I was talking about before. You know, that scale master. He's enough to make anyone become a killer. Now, I've never killed anybody that I can remember or on purpose. But a scale master can bring anybody to that point. They're that bad. I understand the whole aspect of protecting your spot, guys. It's what I've done. I've gone to great lengths. You know, there was a time when me and my buddy, we shaved our heads and we had full beards. And I'm standing there holding a bottle of Mississippi mud in one hand and a shotgun in the other. And we watch these kind of yuppie hunters go by, you know, in their kayaks. Hi! And we're just sitting there looking at them going, the blank stare as they go by, and then we said, trespassers will be violated. Well, that ain't right, but that's how we do it around here. So you got to put a little fear into people, scare them out of your spot. And I understand that concept. When I was over in Hawaii, right, I was out of my element. And I had a Hawaiian guy come up and get angry at me because I shot a pig over there in a sacred area. So I just said, hey man, quit yelling at me. Just tell me how we fix this. So he says, you shot a pig on my island, bruh. You should give me half. And I was like, that's it? Why didn't you just say that? I've done worse things to people in the woods than that. That's an easy fix. Another time, guys, we were up on the gorge up there by the Columbia River, and we run into a bunch of Russians poaching fish. And I just happened to walk in the middle of them, and I'm like, oh man, I'm screwed. But I had a little good fortune come my way, because one of the Russian guys approaches me and says, this man is Russian. For some reason, he thought I was Russian. And I've done a lot of preaching work in Russian territory with Russians who taught me basic greetings. So I knew just enough to say, Privet druk, slavo volko. And I got to pass out of there. Just enough time to escape. But I hang out with jackwagons that start fights with Russian guys that are huge named Yvonne that you don't fight with. And that's who this guy was, one of my friends was, ex-friends I should say, was starting trouble with. So I go over there to try to cool things down. And Yvonne left crosses me in the cheek. And before I could even catch my fist, I watched in slow motion as it went its own way. Bam! And clocks Yvonne in the face. And I watched my fist come back, and I'm like, no! And Yvonne's face goes whoosh, and all this blood comes out. And he walks away. And I said, I know what death tastes like right now. Death by Russian. I know what the flavor tastes like. It tastes like the bottom of the Columbia River, where we're going to end up in a few minutes. But Yvonne comes up, and he wipes his face off, and he shakes my hand and says, you are a good friend to your friend. People ask, why did he try to punch you? Why did he punch you? Well, I had a fillet knife, and he claimed he thought I was going to stab somebody, which it never even came out of the sheath. So I was like, yeah, nice try, Yvonne. You knew I wasn't going to stab anybody. Okay, well, wait a minute. They do that in Russia, so maybe he didn't know. I don't know. I wasn't going to stab anybody, though. But we were getting ready to take off, and this other Russian dude says, if I were you, I would go. Yvonne he likes to change his mind. And I was like, yeah, we're going now!
This next comedian coming to the mic, he's got all kinds of stories of the road. Give it up for Supertrucker Tim!
Hey, love the cookies. I can tell you cook with a lot of butter. You have to eat butter. The other day, Billy, right? Billy brought up something. He critiqued me for wearing some very inappropriate attire from the stage last night, camouflage. And I felt like I owe you an explanation for that. You see, guys, this week ended the most sacred of holy weeks for me. It was more treacherous than dodging Chinos and Halloween. More gifting than Christmas. More holy than Yom Kippur. What is this holy of holy weeks? Elk season. Just ended, right? So guys, I'm out there elk hunting. Now, that's not my only experience for wearing camo. See, I'm a trucker too. Now, a lot of times it's hard to tell if a trucker is trucking or hunting when they're wearing camouflage. And sometimes we're doing both at the same time. In fact, I got really good at taking shots out of my truck window going down on some of these back highways, right? Some guys brag about hitting moving targets. Try hitting a moving target when you're moving. Now you got bragging rights, right? And that's what I do. And other times, I'm hunting with the truck. How many guys do that, right? Now this is a great win-win situation, right? Because I get to hit something with the truck. I get insurance. I get to put insurance on the truck, and then on top of that, I get 150 pounds of meat. Right? It's win-win. So I get paid for hunting, and then I'm on the clock too. So I'm not losing here. Okay, so this is just scratching the surface, guys. So basically, what I'm saying is you guys don't have to be alarmed if you see blood dripping out the bottom of a trucker's storage area underneath his trailer all the time, right? Because sometimes I could have stuffed a deer or an elk in there. Now that's not every time, right? Because some truckers that have blood dripping from their container area, you should be alarmed. Because you don't know if that guy's a hunter or he's just a genuine killer. Burying bodies. He's got lizards in him. The downside is the only way that you have the authority to look in that containment area to see what's in there is if you are somebody in a weighmaster, right? Now here's the thing, if you're a weighmaster, every trucker wants to kill you. It doesn't matter if they're a killer or not. Now guys, I've never killed anybody that I can remember or think of at the moment. I don't think I have. Anyway, the point is everybody hates weigh station guys. I hate them. Everybody hates them. And that's just truckers across the board. But, it's kind of funny because I've met a lot of truckers over the years, and a lot of these guys, I don't know why they pack all kinds of guns in their car, right? And so I say, hey, are you guys here to truck or take over Nicaragua? And these guys pack so much equipment in their trucks. And it seems like every trucker is a redneck. Even the Hispanic truckers are rednecks. So I met a Hispanic trucker the other day, and he calls himself a rojo, right? Rojo translates in English as red. So I said, the only thing you're missing is the neck. You're still a redneck. And this guy has more guns than anybody I know. He's a really cool guy. But the funny thing is it's almost like you have to be a redneck to be a trucker. I don't know why. It's not in the paperwork. It's not demanded when you show up to do an interview. And I can't understand if you show up there and say, I'm hunting and I didn't graduate, junior year high school. I know a lot about hunting and stuff. That you basically get hired. So anyway, guys, that's my time. Thanks.
Give it up for Supertrucker Tim! He's definitely killed somebody, okay? Yeah, he's killed somebody. He tried to blow it off. He tried to act nonchalant about it, but Supertrucker Tim has killed a man. Okay? How you guys doing? What's up? You guys partying tonight?